guys, how's it going? I'm Kim and I'm back with another review today. Finally, I'm getting around to reviewing some Superman books because I'm supposed to be a fan of Superman, but I have not reviewed anything from any Superman comics on this channel so far, which I find so weird. So, I decided today I was going to review the volume that I picked up. Now, I read this the beginning of this year, quite a while ago, so I flipped through it just to get some notes again so I can finally do this review. So I'm doing the review of Superman Volume 1, What Price Tomorrow, which is the New 52 volume. Now, I think you guys know by now that I have no love for action comics at the moment from the New 52, so I was reluctant to pick this one up because I first read the action comics, I didn't really like them, but I still wanted to read a New 52 Superman, and there's a few going on at the moment, so I thought, alright, I'll just pick up the main one, which I did. So I have to say that I did like this. I did. It wasn't the best Superman story I've ever read, but it was still good. I did rate it a 4 out of 5 stars, so there's a lot of improvements that could be going on here, and I might be being biased giving it 4 out of 5 stars. It may deserve a little less, I don't know, but I'm giving it a 4 out of 5 for this one, so I'm going to jump into the review. So this volume is set way after Action Comics. So straight into the story, we learn that the Daily Planet has embraced the more technological age at the moment, and the head of GBS, Morgan Edge, has basically consumed the Daily Planet and turned it into the Galaxy Broadcast Systems network. And we've got a Daily Planet TV show, we've still got the newspaper, and we've got websites, so it's really branched out and there's a lot that you can do with it now. But unfortunately, Clark, as we know, Clark is a bit of a fuddy-duddy, so he's not too keen on all the changes happening at the moment, and he has stayed as a reporter on the planet, but unfortunately Lois, well, fortunately for her, Lois has gone up the ranks a little bit and she's now a producer on the Daily Planet TV news show that GBS is doing. So he's a little bummed that he doesn't get to spend a lot more time with Lois. They're not exactly partners anymore. So there's that as well, and I don't think Clark really likes a lot of technology. He kind of reminds me a little bit of an old man, but you know, he's always been like that. One thing I didn't like about this comic was the way the layout was set out. So we had, you know, the people talking to each other with the dialogue, but they also had descriptions of things that were going on, which was a bit too over the top in my opinion. I'll just read you a little bit so that you know what's going on. This is a section where Superman is fighting this fire demon guy, and they've just got the dialogue pieces, but they've also got text about what's going on in the picture. Now, it's not actually necessary to have this in here. Like, literally, I'll read you some of it. Flying faster than a speeding bullet, the Man of Steel raced past a fiery comet, tearing off a metal billboard from one of the city's rooftops. One large enough to be used as a shield. The billboard wasn't actually being set on fire, it was becoming fire. Seriously? We can tell what's going on in that picture. You don't need to explain it to us, okay? It's like drawing a picture of Superman on a toilet and you write in the text, Superman goes to relieve himself of a very hard day. Like, we get that he's shitting, okay? It's obvious. In this, it is obvious that he's fighting a fiery demon and that all this stuff is happening in the pictures. You don't need to explain this, but they do. So it makes it a little off-putting. I thought the only reason that they could be doing that was they were trying to mimic the Daily Planet's new TV show, because it's also narrating as well of the things that are going on, because they're filming Superman in this news show and showing it live to the people. So I thought maybe they're trying to like bring in that aspect of like a news show and sort of make it feel like the whole comic is about the Daily Planet. But it just felt too off-putting for me. It could be, if they were trying to do that, they should have downtoned it a little bit. But it was just a bit too much. It's like telling us exactly what's happening when we see the picture. We know. It's like someone walking around their house and you're narrating their daily life. Like, we can see what they're doing. You don't need to put it there. But besides for that, I really did like this comic. I know a lot of people have said they didn't like these volumes because the focus was too much on the Daily Planet, and it focused too much on Clark and Lois and his relationship with all his friends, and it focused too much on Clark's disappearing act when he has to go save people. And I say to those people that didn't like the volume because of that, what is wrong with you? This is part of Superman. You can't not have the Daily Planet in part of it, okay? Those are the aspects that I really love about Superman, because it's like he has this stable part of his life, well, as stable as it can be, and I like the reflection between him saving the world and him living this life at the Daily Planet. So to take that away and not focus on it it doesn't make it Superman anymore. It's not a Superman comic. So to people that don't like this, I say, why are you even reading Superman? Just for space alien battles and fun times? Because you can watch Transformers and see that. You don't need that, basically. So I say, up yours. Also in this volume, we didn't get a lot of really notable villains. However, there was a strong storyline going on there which tied in with the Action Comics. He ended up fighting this strange invisible monster which only he couldn't see. So everyone else could see him, but he couldn't. We also saw a cyclone weather-wielding girl who froze everything. We saw a fiery demon guy. There's just lots of strange monsters going on, and it's not explained until later on in the comic. So if you've read Action Comics, you will know at the very beginning that Brainiac was sort of like a collector of worlds. He sort of went around to all these different civilizations and captured a piece of them in like these little snow globe things, miniature places, and he kept them in his little collection to preserve each civilization. So, and when Superman back in Action Comics was versing him, there was this tiny little nanobite that got a few nanobites that got onto his costume that we only find out about in this volume. So it ties in with it really well, I think. So what happens is these monsters that he's been fighting, the fiery demon, the cyclone girl, the invisible monster thing, they're all connected to this nanobite that was found on his costume. This nanobite thing that could clone and copy things. So in this volume, these nanobites actually take parts of Superman and copy him. So they create another Superman, and they basically take the original Superman, they've got him in orbit, and they're just sort of using all the nanobites to copy him, and he's in like a coma. So this clone Superman, that's this nanobite thing, acts as sort of like a warden of the city, and he decides he wants to purge everything, but he goes overboard. He's killing people, just doing crazy things, and just, you know, he's acting more like a Hitler than he is a superhero. So after all of this happens, Supergirl comes in. Yay, Supergirl cameo. Supergirl comes in and saves the day. She gets a hell of a beating from this clone thing, but eventually the original Superman, who's orbiting up in space, wakes up and calms down and helps destroy this clone nanobite creature and reconciles with Kara. But overall, I did really like this. I did give it a 4 out of 5 stars, and I did find it enjoyable. I liked the coloring, it was very bright. I liked it much better than Action Comics, for sure. And even though the villains weren't the best ever, I could feel this strong plot coming into something, and I could feel that everything is going places. I mean, yes, it's not the best Superman book ever, but I would definitely suggest picking this up if you're not too keen on Action Comics and you want to follow a regular title at the moment by the New 52. This is a good little book to pick up, and I've read the other volumes and it does get a lot better. Trust me, it does. So give this one a try if you're still on the fence about it. Better than Action Comics. I've said that like I think 10 times this video, but it is much better.